Okay, so this is Double Dragon 2 for all of you who haven't heard yet because of the unfortunate streaming error. It was a beat 'em up that used to be an arcade game, which becomes fairly evident as I play the game. There are lots of mechanics in here that like to eat quarters if this were still an arcade game. Fortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, you only have so many lives, so if you run out of lives, you can't just put in another quarter or press continue, like again, because it actually limits how many times you can continue. You get 4 lives per continue, and you get 3 continues on arcade mode. So, 12 lives total. This is original difficulty, so, enemies are fairly hard. My strategy for the first level is you just get the whip. The whip is extremely strong. Oh, I'm not actually timing this. Gosh, dang it, okay. The whip is extremely strong in the first level because in the first level all the enemies have 1 health, basically, and you can just hit them with the whip and they'll instantly die. Oh, yes, here's the Twitch chat about me forgetting the timer. I'm sorry. The timer is up and running this time, and hopefully I can make a record. My records for the thing, you can actually see them in the timer, my records in my practice runs. Those are all the best of circumstances, so I probably will not be able to recreate them here. For example, on the Lumberyard timer, I actually got a skip on the boss, which is really difficult to recreate because it counts on some RNG that I cannot manipulate, unfortunately. So like I said before, the whip one-hits almost every enemy on this level, including this tall dude, so when he comes out of the door here, I can just kind of smack him if I don't miss. Alright. The other thing that works really well is jump kicking, and you'll see me doing that a lot on the boss of this level because it's crazy effective. I'll keep the whip. There's another whip up ahead, so if you lose your whip, you can grab one here. Oh, if you didn't hear from before, there's actually a contest going on. If you head over to GOG right now, they're selling this game for, I think it's only like $4. It's really cheap. GOG is awesome. You can pick up this game and speedrun it like me. And save your replays, and if you have the best time at the end of the competition, you win a bunch of stuff. There's first, second, and third place prizes, and they're all awesome. Like, you can get an iPad, you can get a gaming mouse, there's a bunch of cool stuff to be had. I actually did this pretty poorly, because there's a mechanic in this game where if you don't move on to the next screen fast enough, it'll spawn more enemies to actually, like, just kind of, like, waste your time. So I had more enemies than I was supposed to be dealing with. This is how you beat the first boss. You kick him in the face. This is a reoccurring pattern. If you don't time it correctly, he will pick you up like that, but you just have to go down and do it again. And then he'll knock you far enough back so that you should be able to just back kick him. Like that. Yep, okay. Then you just jump, kick him in the face again. Tornado kick. Alright. So that's the end of the first level. I split when the fanfare ends. That was a pretty bad first level, but like I said, my records are all from like the best case scenarios. The records in the top right are not from one run. They're from like the best of many, many runs. I've been practicing for this like all morning basically, so I'll be sharing my strats with you. Good strat right here, if you get this lady to throw a grenade and don't get hit by it, and then pick it up, which I failed to do, you can actually throw it at these guys over here and get like a really easy triple. Or you can just back kick, because back kicking is OP. Throwable objects are really dangerous because they don't necessarily kill people in one hit, and enemies can pick up the throwable objects and kind of just like do a crazy amount of damage for the effort it takes them. I can't even pick it up. So throwable objects are things like this wrecking ball, which I'll actually use up here to kill some enemies. Oh, I mistimed it. If you punch that guy backwards, you can kill him and the second guy who spawns with one throw of this wrecking ball, which is really handy. Like that. Normally I would kill both of them. That's fine, I only lost like a couple seconds. This part is really annoying. I got one of the knives I need. If you get 2 knives, you can insta-kill the boss. The combo I just cancel out of there is really slow, and if you get that combo, it's better to just back up and, like, try again, basically. So you have to go over there and jump for the elevator to spawn, and then you can just kind of back kick all the enemies in the elevator. I did it poorly. If I get another knife thrower in the next elevator, if I get another knife thrower in the next elevator, I can insta-kill the boss, but that looks like it's not going to happen, which is unfortunate. What is going to happen is, since I waited too long to kill these enemies, you'll see it coming in a second. Basically, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to come up on an elevator and give me a beating. So this boss is really inconsistent because he's kind of a quarter vacuum. Like, if I was playing this on an arcade cabinet, it would absolutely just steal my money right up. It's really hard to hit him, and when you do hit him, it does very minimal damage, and I just... that's annoying. Oh my god, so the enemy I just killed accidentally with the knife I was going to throw at the boss was a knife thrower. So if I had killed that enemy faster, I would have gotten the 2 knives that I needed to do the skip. But now I just get to back kick spam because that's the only, like, reliable way. And even still, he just punched me through the back kick. Another thing that you should keep in mind is where you end the level is actually, helps you get to the next level faster, because there is the animation of him walking over to the elevator and riding it down and everything, and there's one of those in end of every level, I believe. So if you end your level, like, with your character standing close to the elevator, the animation for him walking over there will be faster because he won't have to walk as far. So that was kind of poor last time. So you'll get a good example of it here. Oh no, yeah, okay. So that green guy's not supposed to spawn unless you take too long killing the first guys. This next dude's gonna be a knife thrower. You just back kick him, he'll drop his knife, pick it up, throw it at him. Same with this girl. Back kick is really OP. Basically, you just face away and press the opposite direction, or the kick button. There's 2 different control schemes. I'd very much recommend using Advanced if you're going to be playing this game, because Advanced is very reminiscent of the arcade cabinet, where you had like 3 buttons basically, one being jump, the other being attack in one direction and attack in the other. So if I face this way and attack, it'll be like that, but if I face this way and press the same button, he'll do a forward attack. That combo I just got there where he grabs his head and kind of knees it is very powerful. It kills almost every enemy in one hit, but it takes forever, and it's actually faster just to back kick them. This back kicking is really powerful. So yeah, like I said, the log here is like more harm than hurt, so you just kick it off the screen. More back kicking because it's powerful. Front punching like that actually ends up more or less always doing the hair grabbing move, which is slow, or they'll punch you at the same time as you're punching them, which will knock you out of your combo and deal like very little damage to them. So like that, I was punching forward and he just decided he wanted to be punching forward, so I could go away basically. Alright, so that was the double back kick. This guy's still alive. The jumping kick's annoying, but I can do it too, but it doesn't work. So yeah, since I'm taking too long to fight these enemies, that green guy just spawned kind of to hustle me along basically. I think it only spawns one enemy, like one extra enemy per screen, which is still ridiculous. I mean, like, you could stack up enemies a ton. There was just a question in the chat about the runtimer. It's called W-Split. It's an absolutely free program, and if you're looking at speedrunning, I'd say that would be like the second thing to download after some kind of streaming software, if you're doing PC running. So this area really sucks. W-Split is the name of that program. It's absolutely free. This area really sucks because of the harvester in the background. The harvester blade is extremely difficult to jump over, with only 2 moves actually clearing it. If you jump normally like that, you won't get enough height to clear the harvester blade, and you'll get hit by it. Oh, okay, when it was lagging earlier, I was actually trying to show off the shovel, because the shovel is really powerful, but also really awful at the same time. So basically, if you drop the shovel, it becomes your worst nightmare, because enemies have this attack where they throw the shovel across the entire screen, and it, like, instantly knocks you over. The way that the health bar works in Double Dragon 2 is... Dang it, okay, so he knocked the shovel out of my hand. Punch. Alright, so the way the health bar works is basically, as it turns yellow, like, you lose health, basically. Favorite Doritos flavor would be Cool Ranch. I actually have some in the cupboard, I'll go get them. So the way the health bar works is as it turns yellow, you have, like, lower and lower health, basically. Oh, yes, okay, so I killed both of them with the grenade there. That's... When the enemies are attacking, if you like walk towards a grenade, for some reason they'll go and stand on it. It's really annoying. Oh no, I don't actually have an arcade pad, unfortunately. I'd really love one, especially for games like Skullgirls, which I play pretty often. It's a mechanical keyboard. Black Widow... Stealth, yeah, Stealth. So it's quieter than the regular one, but it's still pretty loud. I'd recommend all of Black Widow's products for MLGs. So these guys are interesting because it's basically the boss from the first level, but one of them respawns, so you end up having to fight 3 of them. Okay. So I kind of lied about there being a lack of a Super Joy in this game. A Super Joy is basically a move that sacrifices some of your health in exchange for clearing out enemies. One move that's similar to that, but without the health loss, is that elbow move you saw me doing. I'll do it again. It's not that. That, right there. So basically, if you're getting up off the ground, you can do that combo very quickly and knock enemies away from you, so you don't have to, dang it, I missed the spin kick. So you don't have to deal with them being on top of you and grabbing you like that. Alright, just an announcement for new people, because it looks like we do have some new viewers. If you want to win some cool prizes, you can go to GOG.com and buy this game. It's Double Dragon Trilogy. I just reset the timer. Oh, okay, start at, it was 2:30. Dang it, okay. I'll just start it again. That was the end of the field, so it'll be starting from Dojo 1 now, even though it says Dojo 2. I can't use start at, which is annoying. Alright, so let's change the timer to timer only. And refresh this. Okie dokie. That should fix the problem temporarily. I'm an idiot and I do things like that sometimes. I'm very sorry. Alright, so this timer is for Dojo 1 and 2 here on out. Dojo 1 and 2 are the last 2 levels. Technically they're one level, like in the actual level select, it just says level 4. But I separated it into 2 different areas because this area has one of the 3 bosses that isn't the final boss, basically. So, there's 3 bouncers. Yeah, 3 brawlers right here. These 2 guys are really annoying because once you kill one, those doors are open, and, yeah, those doors will open, and a ninja will come out, and the ninja is the last boss before the final set of bosses. So you're trying to kill both of them at the same time, like that, because, if you don't, this guy will come out, and you'll have to fight a brawler and the ninja at the same time. I just fell off the map. Okay. So, almost every level has no front wall, which means you can just walk directly off the thing, which has screwed me over multiple times. There's actually a level, ladder in Dojo 2 that if you walk off of it, like at speed, as a speedrunner might do, you will die instantly because you, like, just get propelled off of the map, and it's really annoying. This ninja you have to knock over 3 times. He's very hard to hit because he has a couple moves like that spin kick that'll just hit through your hits, basically. He has another hit that will do 3 bars of damage, which is absolutely ridiculous. For the question about do a lot of people run the PC version, this is brand new, actually. It came out today on GOG.com. You can go pick it up and speedrun it along with me. The top 3 times will win cool stuff, like an iPad and a gaming mouse and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, it's a GOG competition. You can read more about it on their site. Definitely go check it out, because this game's pretty fun. Alright, so 1:50 for the first, what's its face? I'll reset that and start it again for Dojo 2. That was Dojo 1 that I just finished. 1:50 for Dojo 1. So that's not bad. I think that's about 5 seconds slower than my normal time. Here's an instance of where I walk really slowly so that it only spawns 1 enemy, which is this dude in the white shirt. Which is annoying. Any good video options? They have interesting video options, because I believe this game is actually a port of an Android version, but I'm not too sure. So basically, they have video options, like they have one for basically every resolution up to 1920 by 1080, and I believe there are some 16 by 10 resolutions as well. Right now, but like this is running in 1600 by 900 in a window, and it's running in full screen mode, which means it takes up the whole space. Otherwise there would be black bars on either side, which is kind of annoying, but These guys are basically less powerful versions of the ninja that I just fought outside. They still do a ton of damage. And yeah, okay, so they're basically run enders, but I still have one continue left, which means I have 4 lives to get through all of Dojo 2, which is doable, but extremely difficult. So these ninjas are actually giving me more trouble than normal. If you try and back kick them like that, they'll just stand there and spin kick, so you have to either walk towards them and get hit by one of their attacks, or walk away from them and get by a different one of their attacks. So this is supposed to be an interesting... okay, angry now. Alright, so this is supposed to be an interesting platformer, but you can kind of just walk close, and then just walk. And you just walk past everything. That even hits you, and it doesn't do damage. This is the ladder I was talking about. If you get down here at speed, like if you come off that ladder kind of sprinting, you'll just run straight off the map and die instantly. This is an interesting fight. This guy, who we've already fought like 5 times before, comes out of this wall. You're supposed to be fighting 2 guys, 2 of this guy at the same time. But you actually can just walk in, this guy spawns, and then you can not spawn the next guy who spawns right there. And this is basically... oh, okay. This is basically a clone of the end of the field fight. But they're white for some reason, which they have absolutely nothing different about them. So the reason that the face kicking works... whoops. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that failed. The reason the face kicking works is you have to get close enough to them to bait out their kick attack, which, like, you'll see for a little bit right there. He, like, sticks his foot out, and then as he's doing the kick attack, you just kick him in the face, and then that's how you do damage. Then I believe he respawns. Yep, he respawns. And he instantly just denies me of my combo. Tornado kick is handy. I believe it does more damage than the flying kick, but it's far harder to execute and not nearly as consistent. Another thing I could do here, which I'm going to because it's safer, is just spam back kicking. Because back kicking is very safe as a strat for fighting these guys because they can't get close enough to you to do damage. Sometimes they will kick through your attack, which is a real pain. I think he just did it there, yeah. But it's a lot safer than the air jumping. The air jumping is just faster. Alright, so now that we fought 2 of the first boss, we get to fight 2 of the second boss. But again, we can delay the spawn. We don't have knives here, so we have to, like, just kind of spam back kick and hope everything works out. Because, like I said, these guys are quarter vacuums, and if you try to attack them while they're knocked down, they'll, like, shoulder into you like he just did there, and that'll instantly knock you over. And if you try to attack him in the air, he will instantly knock you over, which is really annoying. So the most reliable attacking method for this guy is either the daggers, which you can't get in this level, or just kicking him like that with the back kick. Now there's going to be a bouncer right here, which you can take out pretty easily. I mean, it's just a bouncer. Oh, I missed. Dang it, no. Okay, so the bouncer doesn't do a whole lot of damage to you. He's mostly there to just harass you while you're fighting the second version, which you can move a little bit farther. There's this guy, Arnold, again. And this is a huge time eater because, I mean, it's not too difficult. You just spam the key, but it takes you a ton of time. Like, I've already, 4 minutes, 30 seconds. The field, on average, takes about 7-ish minutes. So, like, this is half of the field that I've used in basically just boss fights. Which is a real pain. This isn't even the last either. After these guys, there's 2 ninjas, and then, 2 ninjas and this weird fighter guy, and one of the ninjas you don't actually have to fight. So I'm getting dangerously close to the end of the game here. The ninja you don't actually have to fight, fun fact, because this dude in the red who shot your girlfriend is kind of just waiting to see how the blue dude's gonna go. Like, I don't know if he has money on this fight or what, but like, he really doesn't care about the ninjas. Oh, okay, I got stuck by that. As soon as you kill the blue guy, that guy will get upset. Another ninja will jump down, and he will also, like, kind of come in from behind, and you can fight him. If I don't die, because if I die here, I'm out of continues, and that's the end of the run. Which is really unfortunate, because this is a real run crusher. The boss rush at the end of the game is absolutely ludicrous, and, like I said, it's supposed to eat quarters, basically. So, doing it with only 12 lives is kind of ridiculous, because you're supposed to have as many. So there he goes. He got his gun. He sent his ninja down. Here he comes. He's coming out. And he has a gun, and that's it. And he shoots you sometimes. And I just died instantly to the ninja, so I can't even show you the strat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so, the way that final boss works is, as soon as you kill the red guy, both of the ninjas will despawn, and, all you have to do is fight your shadow clone, which is pretty tricky, but, I mean, it's easier than fighting 2 ninjas, honestly, because ninjas are absolutely ridiculous. Alright, let's try this again. Correct run timer and everything. Alright. So my record for this level is 139, which is extremely good. I got a number of strategies on that run that are very difficult to recreate. For example, if you run up there, you can actually kill both of those guys that just spawned there in one punch, and it'll save a ton of time. I got the first time saver, which is not having any extra guys spawn there. That dude helpfully threw the barrel away from what's-its-face for me, away from the screen that I was heading towards, so I wouldn't have to deal with it, which was very nice of him. The box can kill you really quick if an enemy picks it up and throws it at you, because it's a real pain. And, which is really unfortunate, because when you pick it up, I mean, it doesn't really do much. You can throw it to hit a large group of enemies, but honestly, like, it's better to just have the whip and hit them. Like, there's another whip lady. For speedrunners out there who are looking at this game, if you lose your whip, you can always get a whip from that lady. This knife is handy for right here, because there's sometimes another knife thrower that you can just insta-kill like that. But then you want to grab that, because this guy will throw a shovel at you, and then you just punch him out. You don't want the whip in the boss fight area, because I might have said this already, but, the boss will, like, as he's attacking you, you have a chance to pick up the whip, and that's not fun, because that instantly takes you out of your combo. Oh, that was bad. Good thing I tornado kicked. So, if you time that poorly, he'll just kind of hit you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Luckily, there's a fence here, so you can move down and walk around him to try it on the other side. Which is good. I mean, if you get him stun locked here, it's only like 5 hits. I think he should die now. Nope, one more. Ooh. Oh, I missed it. Okay. As long as I don't lose a life, I should be fine here. Try the safe strat. Okay, yep, there we go. Alright. So that was slower because I didn't get the quick kill, which is just you kick him in the face a bunch. So it's 25 seconds slower than my regular thing. There's a number of strategies that I found for this guy. You can jump and kick him like that, but he has a chance of crouching. So if you just, like, combo him like that, and then wait... Oh my god. So if you stand too close to any enemy like that, they will do a, like, kind of a retaliation. So I was trying to get the back kick off on him, which would have, like, insta-killed him. I messed up the grenade strat, but it still killed 2 people. So if you pick up that grenade, I already said this probably, but you can kill both these dudes with it instantly. I'm not going to do the Miley Cyrus strat where I carry this wrecking ball all the way up because it's annoying. It's annoying and it doesn't really save any time. I could just punch these guys. Alright. This part's pretty simple. For anyone who didn't see this last time, I need 2 knives. There's one. I can go down and pick that up, maybe. Okay, so that happens too sometimes. Since it's on the platform, but it's like off the platform, you have to be on the platform to pick it up, but just barely, otherwise you'll not be able to pick it up. This is a bad place to store knives, but also good at the same time, because if you put a knife there, none of these guys can get it and throw it at you, because for some reason if the knife hits you, you can't just like pull it out of you and then use it. You have to, it just disappears. So if an enemy picks up a knife, they basically screw you out of that knife. Unfortunately that woman didn't drop another knife, so I only have 1. I won't be able to do the speed kill. That's very random, like there's no way to guarantee 2 knife drops there. This guy, you can hit with overhead kicks, but see the little down slash he does with his hand there? That'll knock you out of the air instantly, and put you on the ground. I can try one. You have to time them really well. That was actually a very well timed one, especially for a tornado kick. If you don't time them well, like I said, he'll use the down slash thing and just knock you right out of the air, and then your combo's over and you have to get away from him or he'll keep punching you, which is really annoying. Alright. These guys are pretty simple. They're the first enemies in the game that the overhead kick, like, really doesn't work on. Oops. And if you don't kill him fast enough, it spawns another one. So basically, you just want to kill these guys as fast as possible. The back kick starts being very useful on this level because it has the range of, like, a god, basically, and you can just do that. Whoops. Come on. Oh, okay. So I still have 3 lives, and I'm on my first continue, which is very, very good, especially since Fields is an easier level of the 4. You really only have to worry about these guys here with the knives, because they can just throw a knife to stop you from getting up, and then you'll do the crouch thing there, and then they'll just hit you with the knife again, which is really annoying. I accidentally spawned another knife thrower in, so I might lose a life here. If I can kill this knife thrower, that would be very useful. Okay, yep, okay. So now one of the knife throwers is out of commission. I still died, but, that shouldn't be a problem. Come on. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've talked about this yet, actually. I talked about this on the laggier stream, but now that the new stream's back up and it's better and everything, this game has 3 difficulties. Easy? Oh, that's annoying. Easy, expert, and original. And original is what I'm playing on right now. Original aims to emulate the original game for the arcade, like the arcade cabinet and everything. Which means a lot of the enemies will kill you really fast. Which is what the arcade creators, like, wanted, because that just eats up your quarters and stuff. But it's really annoying because you can get stun locked and there's no, like, definitive way to avoid it. Another annoying thing, the log, when the enemy drops it there, while it's bouncing on the ground, like, if it stops and it bounces like that, if I touch it, it will instantly, like, just knock me onto the ground and stop whatever I'm doing. For the person who just said they weren't very good at side-scroller beat-em-ups, this is a great game to get started, especially because of the easy difficulty. It has much, lower difficulty enemies. I can actually show it off at the end when I finish this run. Oops. It has much lower difficulty enemies, and, this game really makes you feel like you're fighting a bunch of people. Like, it doesn't have, like, crazy good super moves or anything, but it, like, when you're fighting a bunch of people, you're like, oh dear, I really have to worry about all these people who are attacking me. So that was good. I got to carry the log over. I want to wait for the harvester to go once, because I don't want to be standing in that when this guy spawns. This guy's really annoying. Basically for no reason, but he can jump over the harvester really well, and you can. Because the only 2 moves that will clear the harvester are a jumping kick, and both of which you have to jump and then do a type of kick for. I got the shovel guy, which is good. The shovel's really good. It has really good range, which makes it really good, but if enemies pick it up, it is your worst nightmare, because they will just absolutely dominate you. Okay. Oh, goodness, yeah, the enemies can do the shovel throw, which you can't actually do. Which is unfortunate, because it's awesome. I want this log over here, so I can throw it at these guys. There's a better strat than the log, but it's more difficult. So now, like I was talking about earlier with the health, the yellow bars are all the way full, which means I should die, but I didn't, because I hadn't been knocked over yet. The competition does have to be done on original difficulty. Yeah, sorry I'm saying on a lot. I'm just kind of getting distracted by the speedrun. The competition does have to be done on original difficulty, and I don't believe they specify whether you need to do it on story or arcade. I think that's personal choice. Personally, I prefer arcade because it seems a little easier and more fun. Story mode, basically, you can pick any level you want. You have to start on the first level if you want to be good for the competition. And, whoops. You have to start on the first level, go through the whole thing. You only get 6 continues on story mode, which means if you die 6 times, or 6 lives on story mode, which means if you die 6 times, you're out. In original, like in the arcade mode, whoops, in arcade mode, you have 4 lives and 3 continues, and that means that if you run out of lives, you get 4 new lives 3 times. So effectively, you have 12 lives, but it feels more like an arcade game and less like a thing. Also, I think the enemies are a little easier in weird places on story modes. So, for example, the first bouncer guy in Dojo 2, I have an awful time on this level. The first bouncer guy in Dojo 2, hang on, this is tricky. Oh, okay, I missed it. The first bouncer guy in Dojo 2 only has 1 health, so any attack will instantly kill him in story mode, even on original difficulty. This is probably my least favorite boss in the game, even more than the ninja, just because it feels like you should be able to fight him, but he just grabs you and punches you, and then grabs you and punches you. Yeah, alright. Lethal Migraine. If you want to dump more money into this game, you can always go over to GOG and pick it up. There's a competition going on right now, so if you feel like you could speedrun this, you could win an iPad, or a, what's-its-face, gaming mouse. This boss, though. Oh my goodness, I have never done this poorly on this boss. Hang on. I'm gonna not talk for a second so I can clear this decently. Okay, alright. I thought he had more hits than that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's 1 bouncer here, and then 2 bouncers afterwards. The strategy for this bouncer, you just kick him. Kicks are very good against enemies that are tall, because it'll knock them onto the ground and away from you. Tall enemies usually have a grab move, so you don't want them anywhere near you during a fight, because they will pick you up and just stomp you. Especially the bouncers. The bouncers have a suplex that they can just use. So there, I killed one of the bouncers, but not the other one, which meant the ninja... Oh my god, a second time! The ninja spawned without the bouncers being dead. So I had to deal with the last bouncer before I could fight the ninja, which kind of wasted some time on the ninja, but that's fine. Ninja you have to knock down, Ninja you have to knock down 3 times. He is the hardest boss, besides, like the shadow version of you. He's the only reason I say he's the hardest boss, which I immediately just changed my mind from the fat guy I was just fighting, but the only reason I say he's the hardest boss because he has a lot of moves that will 3-shot you, basically. So you take 3 damage, like, immediately right out of the gate. And if you respawn and he kicks you like that, that's like over half of your health just gone immediately. Oh, I missed the jumping kick on that, but that's fine. The bouncer can't really damage you unless you get stun locked by him, which I am, of course, because awesome marathon luck. Awesome stream luck, whatever. I accidentally spawned all of them in, which sucks, but it's good. One thing I've noticed you can do, if you hit an enemy, yeah, like I said, the ninja move there that just takes off 3 of your health. If you hit an enemy, and then another enemy gets in the way, they'll kind of get sucked into your combo, which is good, so it's sometimes better to have more enemies on the screen, because you can start comboing an enemy, and then just continue it into another enemy that's more difficult to hit, like these ninjas. So for example, if you hit the ninjas at the wrong time, they will do that move where they're like, huh, 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 and then attack you with the nunchucks, and that will deal 3 hearts, or 1 to 3 bars of health, which is a lot for this game. They also, every attack they have knocks you down, so it's not like you can get hit by attack and not worry about dying. Like, if you get hit by an attack and you're on no health, you will die. Because as soon as you hit the ground on 0 health, you will die. So see, I'm on 0 health right now. But until I hit the ground, like until I fall over, it's basically like you can't get up after that. So once you're on 0 health, if you fall over, you just go, like, you collapse, and then you can't fight anymore. Ah, yeah, see, okay. Then you collapse. So I have 3 lives right now, which is bad. Ah, okay, 2 lives right now. Alright. Yes, okay, I got the overhead. Alright, so that's the end of that. Of course I got hit by that, because I forgot. Doing poorly. This is not a good run for me. So, basically, there's a very difficult strat right there, where you kind of creep onto the edge of the ledge there, and you can just walk right past all the traps. Like even the spear that's hitting there. Ooh, okay. As long as I don't lose too much health in this first segment, this level is absolutely easy. For anyone who hasn't been here for the rest of this stream, the whip insta-kills everything on level 1, which is why I pick it up. Besides that, it's a pretty useless weapon, I mean. Because it has really short range. So, like, on level 1, things can't really do damage to you, and the whip is just the fastest way to kill them. The box is the really only way that enemies can attack you. Alright, got the whip back. It even one-hits this guy, which is cool. Just kidding. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I believe there's a hitbox, just like most fighting games, where weapons will do more damage. But I'm not sure. There's another whip here for amateur speedrunners who lose their whip. You can't pick up another weapon when you have a weapon, just a demonstration of that. This guy either spawns as one of those karate kicking dude. If he doesn't karate kick you in the face instantly, it's because he is a knife thrower, and you should be very careful, because knife throwers can take off an entire notch of your health. I picked up the whip here, not because it's useful for the boss, but if it's on the ground, I've already said this a couple times, it'll impede your ability to kick this dude in the face. And that's the strat here, is you kick him in the face. And then he gets up, you kick him in the face. And I hope you like this guy, because if you haven't seen this run, you'll be seeing him 5 to 7 more times. 6 more times, sorry. That's it for the first level. So this guy I'll try the riskier strategy on. It's faster, but it's a little riskier, because if you don't land that second combo, he won't die immediately. See, I can get the grenade here, come on. Yeah, okay. I got it on the ground, but I didn't actually get it. So, hang on. So now he has the wrecking ball. I have to be very careful, because if the wrecking ball hits me, it will absolutely destroy me. I'm getting hit by grenades kind of on purpose. I drop the grenade, I can kill them with it. So basically, you just stand still once the grenade's on the ground, and, once it's on the ground, and enemies who are, like, standing around will be like, I'm gonna fight you, and then you just stand there, and then they get hit by the grenade. So, that's how that strategy works. There's 2 places you can jump up there. You can either jump up where I just jumped, which is a little risky because then you fall down to those guys. I got 1 knife though, which is good. Yeah, the knife's there. Yes, okay, so I do have this knife. If you jump up there, you basically have to jump to a certain height and move to a certain distance for the elevator to actually come up. I jumped to the height earlier on those boxes back there, and the distance was when I ran past the elevator next to that box where the knife is. And then the enemies will start spawning in this elevator. I think one of these is a knife thrower. I want to kind of bait them, but they're already here too late, so I need to kill them quick. So the safe strat for this boss is back kicking. You probably already knew that. But he can just absolutely destroy you, because he can hit you immediately out of your recovery, and if you try and hit him out of his recovery, whoops, try and hit him out of his recovery, he'll just be like, no, and then you take damage. He's facing the wrong way. Okay, let's see if I can grab this knife. Yes, he got stuck. Okay, so I can grab this knife, maybe. Yeah, okay, I can grab this knife. This will half health him immediately. Oh, man. Alright. Ah, that was bad. Okay. So as soon as you see a boss flashing, you're supposed to run as close to the elevator as possible. It's a fat giant dude nuke him. That's funny. Cool. I didn't actually record my thing for that. Alright. But the overall time's still the same. I just didn't get the right split for, Wait, am I up? Wow, yeah, I'm doing okay. So the overall time, I'm ahead of my best time by, yeah, 1 second and 53 milliseconds, maybe? No, okay, that was previous segment, never mind, I was misreading. Yep, Governor of California State. That was what I thought the first time I see him. There's actually another guy who looks a little bit more like Arnold. But the dude I just fought does have the glowing eyes, so... You won't see the Arnold guy for a bit, though. This is good. I have 3 lives in field, which means I've only died once, and I have both my continues still. I missed the back kick there. You can quick kill him if you just back kick and then immediately take his knife, which he drops. So I got the extra guy spawn, which slows this level down quite a lot. This is one of the most annoying levels, just because it's so easy to get extra spawns of enemies. Whoever said this game was a quarter muncher, you were absolutely right. If you take too much time in a level, it will spawn more enemies, and you'll just have to deal with them. So this is another knife thrower. You can die. You can oh my god. You can back kick her, or just punch her in the face, and she'll drop her knife, you can pick it up and throw it at her. Okay, so I missed the shovel throw, which is good. Okay, I got through that. This part's probably the best part of the level, because if I do it right, I can actually kill like 3 of the guys with the log. I think the log just rolled into the dead zone, though. There's a little bit of an area on either side of the screen, yep, where you can't actually walk to get items, but enemies can, which is really annoying. So, if you wanted an item really badly, you could wait until it went off the screen and then have an enemy, like, carry it to you and then just beat it out of them, basically. But that takes time, and I'm not willing to do that. Especially since you have to kill the enemy with the item, and the log is one of the most annoying items to get hit with in the end. Or with the, in the game, sorry. Blech. There's a guy who jumps out of that haystack, but I'm waiting to kill this guy before I spawn him, so I only have to deal with him one at a time. It's a little slower, but it's more guaranteed to not lose life, and since I'm already at 2 life, I'm expecting to lose, like 1-ish from the 2 bosses at the end of this level. I'm gonna spawn both of them here. Right after I said I was going to be conservative in my life, and then I did that. Well, that's good. It quick kills the dude in the leather jacket there. I just gotta make sure I make it over. Yes, okay. So, since I was injured there, the Harvester Blade actually didn't, like, take effect on me. And then I Tornado Kick to get out of it. This shovel could kill me. Okay, it didn't. Cool. I got the quick kill on him, which is good. You have a chance to, when they're bent over, you can, like, keep punching them, and then you'll grab their head and, like, knee it and stuff, which is pretty good. The elbow trick, like, whoops, that one, where you do that move, I haven't found a use for that. If somebody wants to explain that, I can test it out and see if it still works. He threw a grenade onto me. Okay, I thought I had more life. So if an enemy throws a grenade onto you and you're down, you can actually get killed by it, because as you're getting up, the grenade will explode and hurt you, which is very annoying. Oh, so it almost happened here. Yeah, it did. Okay, so the explosion actually lasts a little longer than the grenade on screen does. And you can get hit by it after it's already, like, exploding, basically. Alright, so there is a strategy with this log, and, first double dragon. I'll try it out. Okay, so I just threw the log off the screen. The strategy with the log is you basically just throw it into them. It's harder to land than the flying kick, but, whoops. Right as I say that, I missed the flying kick. Tornado kick, which is not what I wanted. The flying kick is easier to land and it's more consistent, especially if they bunch up, like they're doing right now. If I could get a kick on both of them. Yeah, okay, so I got one. If they stack up like that, you can actually get 2 of them in one hit, and it's very effective for clearing this boss battle out. Unfortunately, I'm getting some bad luck, and they're just kind of standing on me while I get destroyed. There's 2 different kinds of flying kicks, by the way. There's the one where you jump up in the air like that, and then the one if you're facing the other way... Whoops, that was an elbow attack. If you're facing the other way... I'm just going to go with the safe strat. If you're facing the other way, you'll do, like, kind of a spin into a kick, and it's less helpful, I'd say. Like, it's slower, which is annoying. Also, you can get the tornado kick if you jump straight up, and you don't really want the tornado kick unless you're planning on using it for something. So that's the first one down. This guy should die right here. Nope, okay. Just back kick him. Yep, there he goes. He died. He did. So now he respawns, we gotta fight him again. gonna be quiet for this fight, because last time I had some awful RNG and bad luck. I want to focus on it. Alright, sorry. Okay, so he's actually much harder than the first guy that you have to kill there, because he has a significant amount more health. Like, I think it's 3 or 4 more hits that you have to knock him onto the ground. Very tricky boss. Reading the Twitch chat on Easy Fight. That kicks are really OP in later levels because you do that. And they walk into him, so... let's see if I can... Oh, dang it, okay, so now I have to kill this guy quick before the ninja. Ugh. Okay, he's out of the way. So the best place to hit the ninja is actually right after he lands and he's done with his helicopter kick. Unless he does that. So that's kind of a random attack he can use. When he lands, though, right after he's done his helicopter kick, he's almost guaranteed not to use it. The thing is, most of his attacks do insanely high damage. Like, you see I've gone through 2 lives already, and I'm probably going to lose another one. Insanely high damage, and he's very hard to hit. Like, I can try the elbow attack on him. The elbow attack's really hard because you have to press, like, 3 keys at once. Ooh, yeah, okay, so I'm just going to go back to regular strats. Whoops. If you can knock people forward, also he can get stuck like this if you just back kick a lot. If you knock people forward, this fight would be easy because you would literally just knock him off the cliff there. Some bosses you can kill by knocking off cliffs, but it's very hard to do, and it's usually better just to punch him to death. So I didn't wait long enough there, and he ended up getting me with the helicopter spin. There we go, there's 2 hits, 1 more, you should be down. I missed it. Okay, so that's my last continue, which means I have to get through Dojo 2 with 4 lives, which is really tricky. Especially since the boss rush. Oh, man. I could try a jumping... If I could get a tornado kick, that would be very good. Oh my god, or I could just kill myself. So the hitboxes are a little weird with everything, weapons and everything. And also your character, like, especially in the part that I have to do later on. Ah, I missed it, okay. Part later on, there's a bit of, like, actual, like, platforming, which is interesting for this game. My run might just end here, because this dude's really OP. There we go, okay, so he's down. That's the end of Dojo 1. This guy I thought looked a little bit more like Arnold. Especially with the haircut. Alright, so I'm gonna spawn one guy here, hopefully. Yep, there we go. So I have 0 lives, which means I'm probably not gonna make it past this green ninja room here. I could try a risky strat, or just die instantly to their unwinnable combos. Hang on. Oh, it's too late now, okay. So if you keep the screen scrolled back a little bit, you can actually fight, you can make them jump off the edge, which instantly kills them. I can try story mode again for people who haven't seen it, but, whoops, gotta reset my timer. Story mode is a little different, yeah, we do have a few more viewers. Story mode's a little bit different, it's interesting in weird ways, like, so some of the enemies are actually easier and you have 6 lives instead of 12, which seems like a bad thing, but they're lives, and you regenerate health at the end of levels, instead of having 4 lives and 3 continues. Okay, I got the whip, which is good. Though most of the strats work across story mode and arcade mode both. The thing about story mode is you have to be a lot more conservative with your health, which usually means you don't get to use cooler moves like Tornado Kick, because Tornado Kick's harder to pull off. I want this guy to throw the box at me, and then I dodge it, I whip him, then that box is off the screen. Come on. Okay. I'm being a little quieter because I do actually have to, like, play safe and conserve my health. I've already lost 2 to the friggin' first battle, which is annoying. That jumping kick completely avoids the whip, and is one of the most annoying attacks in the game. I can get another one here, because I'm an amateur. Okay. She's a knife thrower, so you really want to get in close, because the knife can do a lot of damage to her. Oh, to you, from her. Oh. Is there... I don't... Yes, there is a shovel guy here. I think there's a shoveler in, like, every level, which is really annoying. See, if I was playing on arcade there, I would have gotten hit, so I dropped the whip and got the knife, because the knife is very good for this boss, but since I'm playing on, story, I'd rather just have the health, because the health really matters more. Oh, God. So now the whip's in the field, which is not good. I don't want to lose life here, hang on. I'm gonna. Dang it. So that grab combo is actually extremely difficult to escape. We need safer strats now. Okay, he's dead. Alright. Oh, this is actually a remix of the soundtrack. I forgot to mention that. This is new music that wasn't in the arcade version, if you haven't noticed that. If you guys want, just say so in the chat, and I can actually swap it back to the old-style music. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got the grenade kill. Hang on. No, I missed. Okay, so that killed 2 people, which is good. The grenade arcs, which makes it really hard to hold. For the question about the clock missing time, it currently has in it all of my high scores for like every level, so my fastest runs. For example, the Lumberyard. Oh, yeah, okay. So the Lumberyard... I'm actually behind by a lot. Yeah, because the Lumberyard... on my best run, I completed the Lumberyard and the Heliport on, in like 3 minutes 50, I think, which was crazy good. And in this run, I'm 4 minutes, I'm still not out of the Lumberyard, so I'm losing time by 2 minutes and 24 seconds, yeah. It's kind of tricky to read the clock and play the game at the same time, which is why I'm not doing it too much. Basically, it has all my best times in there. Also, if you guys wanted, I could reset it so that, you could see not when I was losing time on my top scores, but like what time I was getting compared to each of these runs that you're watching. Ah, dang it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, I manually time it. I have buttons for it. I'm sorry. So like when it splits, you'll hear a another click from my keyboard. You'll see right here I got 2 health back because I completed the level. Kyle really let himself go, that's good. I got both the quick kills on the knife killers, or the knife throwers, which is good. That definitely speeds up the beginning part of this level. Got the shovel, which also speeds up this part of the level, because it's just crazy OP. You just do hit anyone with it. Thing is, if they get it, they can throw it off the screen or just hit you with it, and both of which you do not want. Come on, yeah. The knife will help. Come on, yeah, okay. So I baited the shovel throw because I'd rather have the shovel off the screen than in the hands of anyone. I also kicked the log off the screen because the next guy's, this guy who just came on the screen could have picked it up and screwed me over with it, so... Been bad. Haystack guy's the last guy. I got the quick kill, which is good. If you're wondering what clock that is, by the way, it's W split. If you're gonna become a speedrunner, which you could actually win prizes for over at GOG. W split would definitely be one of the first things you want to pick up because it's an excellent way to time your runs. It keeps track of your best ones and all that. For those of you who don't know, the GOG is actually having a competition to speedrun this game. It is, I think it's $4.75 over at GOG.com. You can pick it up, have a go at speedrunning. It's a lot of fun. I'd recommend it to anyone who likes beat-em-ups like this, or even newcomers, because the easy setting is pretty easy and lots of fun. First place gets like an iPad, second place is a gaming mouse, and then third place gets something else too, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, W split's crazy good. Doing fairly well, I have 4 lives at the end of here. So I should be able to get the grenade kill on... Oh, I thought I was going to get it on like 3 guys. That's a 1-person grenade. Grenade's actually safer than fighting these guys, because if the grenade hits me, it can, like, really hurt. There, I got both of them. Alright, so these guys could chew through a lot of my lives, and so could the ninjas, so I'm gonna be quiet here. Nice! Copy of Double Dragon for Sega Genesis for 3rd place. That's really good, especially if you want to speedrun it for SDA, which is the Speed Demos Archive, which is actually where I'm from. Oh, goodness. Alright. Got the elevator quickly, too, which was good. Oh. Okay, so minor technical difficulties, but that's good. Across the way. I am using yeah, splits kind of depend on personal choice. If you're doing it for the SDA, which is like the official speedrun archive thing, there are certain splits you have to use. But for this game, since it isn't actually registered in the SDA, I just split it every time there's the end of the fanfare, which you get when you kill the boss. I'm gonna be quiet now. Oh, God. And that's where my run ends, unfortunately. Since there aren't a whole lot of places to pause, I'm going to grab some water and take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. We are running dangerously low on time. So, I'm actually going to run through easy just to show how it's like. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete original. It's very difficult. I've only done it twice, I believe. But yeah, it's a very challenging game. I can actually clear my things here real quick. Reset. Okay, so now all the things are cleared. You can see how long it would take to eat each one on easy. Easy is a little bit easier. Like, I'd say it takes out a lot of the arcade mechanics that suck up your quarters and stuff, so it just gets a little bit more of a pure fighting experience. This is on arcade mode easy, so I will have 3 continues with 3 lives each, because you don't start with 4 lives on easy, you start with 3. So like I said, these guys normally would just be kind of like beating the teeth out of me. But since I'm on easy, they kind of like don't have that mechanic. They just kind of cartwheel around and you have to deal with them like a little differently than on normal. The whip is still the best, which is why I moved forward to spawn her. Alright. Again, we're going to throw this guy, or bait this guy to throw the box, so it's off the screen. Ooh. For beginners, oh my goodness. For beginner speedruns, I'd say a good strategy to start using would be the backwards kick. So if you face away from the, facing away from the enemy, you just press the kick button. It does that. It's a very safe strategy. The enemy is has a hard time getting to you. They won't pick up weapons unless it is a throwing knife, so you can't really get knocked out of that. On easy, they don't have the same AI as they do on normal, I don't believe. So it is a little harder to hit them with the back kick. What else should I say? You're supposed to run it on original. Original is very difficult. I would start out running it on easy. There is a time limit for the contest, so start running it on easy. Get used to kind of the feel of the controls. I'd recommend advanced controls, by the way, and then move up to hard. So I'm actually doing a little worse on easy just because I'm used to the AI on original. So that's a little bit of a thing you'll have to get used to, but it shouldn't affect your runs too much. I would not recommend using the whip. I would recommend practicing the whip in either story mode, where you can select the first level and play just the first level, or not using the whip at all, because it has such a short range and it's so hard to actually aim. But yeah, you can kill him in one hit, which is one of the differences from easy to normal. Nice! Number of followers is over 9,000. On the second level, enemies are a lot easier. They don't scale as much as they do on original, so that guy dies in one combo instead of two. The grenade strat still works, so if you're you want to be risky and pick up, oh my goodness, if you want to be risky and pick up a grenade, you can do that and it'll kill all of them in one throw if you time it right. But in my opinion, it's easier just to punch them or use the wrecking ball, or bait them in their own grenades, because if they throw a grenade and it lands on the ground, you can still kill them like that. There is a cliff right there actually, so you could kick them off that if you were wanting to make a strat around that. Yeah, beginner speedrunner tips. Just going on to that since I am playing on easy. Excuse me. I would recommend playing with a keyboard and not a controller, because unless you're willing to mash the crap out of the D-pad, it's not as much fun. Oh, did I just... I have a video problem over here. I don't know if it's persistent for you, but I believe my time is basically up. Yeah, it's 2:03. So, if you watched this speedrun, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. Definitely get the game, try it out for yourself. It's crazy fun. I'd recommend it to anyone. And have a nice day.